Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Arsenal Alliance, formerly Football Dad's Army. We've changed the name of the channel to niche it down to let everybody know that this is actually an Arsenal channel. Hopefully, you'll like the new name, and hopefully, it works for the channel as well. So, we're going to talk about this very poor performance first, and then we're going to talk about the United game. Transfer rumours about Mikel Arteta. We're going to do a predicted lineup for the United game, and plus we're going to have a look at our fantasy Premier League standings and see how everybody's doing. So, I've done a video match reaction to this already. So if you've seen that, check back on the channel, you'll see my initial match reaction to this. But I mean, I watched it back, the extended highlights. I watched it back again, and I just could not place my finger on why we couldn't break them down, why we couldn't score. I did watch a couple of other videos, a couple of other people's opinions on it as well, Anthony, and there was a brilliant channel called The Different Knock, and he broke it down. So, I mean, brilliant Arsenal channel, it's called a Different Knock. Check it out. But he basically was saying about Arteta's more about the stats, about getting the stats up, about the field tilts and the possession and the what's it called, XGs and all that sort of stuff. It's like you watch that film Moneyball, and he goes on stats and he says if you do this a certain amount of times, eventually you will get an end result. Which I thought, I think that's how he talks as well in his press conferences. Talks about margins and moments and this and that, and I think, he might have a point. He might have a point. This is how Arteta decides to do things. This might be his philosophy, because I couldn't put my finger on what the fuck was going on and what has been going on, and he sort of broke it down. So go and check that video out. It's just come out today. Go and have a look at that. But Anthony, what did you overall think of the game?
Well, first things first is from what you said about this guy with all the stats and with Mikel Arteta want to break things down and want to produce certain things on certain areas of the pitch. I'm not a stat man, but
No.
if they're a statistician, like they want to do all these stats and all that, which is fine, it's fair enough. But if you want to get your stats right, you need stats to win games. We haven't been doing that. So I just feel that stats to me is pointless. When you've got a manager like Mikel Arteta managing our team, that's a fact. But the reviews on the game for me against the Newcastle game, I thought we were piss poor. I thought we were crap. There was nothing there in the final third of the pitch, which I didn't really think, because when you actually look at the stats on that game, and you look at the number of shots we had on goal compared to the number of shots that was on target,
I think it was 23 shots on goal with 3 on target or something like that. Something terrible.
It's terrible. I'm not being funny, Lee. When you're having 27 or 23 shots on goal, what you said, right? You've got to be at least having half of those shots on target. So you're talking at least 13 shots that should be on target, and we should have scored at least 2 goals, maybe 3 at a push on that sort of thing.
Yeah,
we haven't got that. We ain't got that standard up front, obviously with Harris and Jesus. We haven't got that. The defense was poor. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Declan Rice was poor as well. I seriously thought Declan Rice was poor in that game.
I think he's being asked to do too much. I think he's being asked to be a 6, an 8.
He's not. He's a 6. He's a 6. He's not an 8. He's not a 10.
No, I agree. But I think last season he was a 6, and it was brilliant. This season he's been asked to do too many other jobs. He's trying to do too many other players' job. If you noticed, and this is another thing he said on that video I watched, a Different Knock, that the lack of movement when we've got the ball, especially when we win the ball high up,
Mm.
when we win the ball back. The movement is not there. Everyone
No,
stops and waits for a ball to feet instead of trying to run, pull the defence apart, run into space, and have a ball pass into space to you. Because that way you pull the defences apart. That's why they sit in a low block against us, because they know that we lack movement
it's
in that final
basically
third. It's not.
it-
We're not. We're
it's
all, they're
basic
all waiting for the
tactics.
same ball. They're all waiting to receive the ball to their feet instead of into space and making a run,
Yeah,
darting into open areas. And
but it's
you know,
basic tactics. It's basic
it's made,
tactics. I
yeah,
mean,
it's
you look
exactly that. It was a fantastic. It's very very interesting video to watch. And he compared it to Liverpool, how Liverpool play. And as soon as they win the ball back, everyone runs forward. Everyone runs in all like forward, but sort of spreads out for Liverpool, and that's what confuses everything. And the trackers have got to track the runners, and it opens up loads of space for everybody.
yeah, but it's basic tactics. I mean, you go on that game, that Newcastle game. Look when they scored that goal. What
Mm.
was our defense doing? There was two things that our defense didn't do in that period of the game. Number one, yeah, they were ball watching,
Ball
which
watching,
was a factor
exactly.
which led to Newcastle's goal. And the other, and number two, yeah, where was the marking? Where was the
Yeah.
man-to-man marking? There's no marking there. So
They were
if you
standing
can't
still.
mark
There
a
was like
man,
statues. Huh.
exactly. So if you can't mark a player, then what it proves that we're poor. We were absolutely poor in that game. That there's
Mhm.
no communication in that team. There's nothing. And so called for our captain Odegaard, and I said this on our show all the time going back. Odegaard is not a captain. He's
Yeah,
not captain material.
yeah,
He's not. You got to be vocal. You got to be vocal when you're a captain. You can't be a captain because, in all fairness, right? You answer me this, Lee. Going back, I think it wasn't the Brighton game. I think it was a game against before Brighton or something, or it could have been the Brighton game actually. He's our captain. Why do you need to captain on the bench?
it was the
You
Brighton
never
game.
need to captain him on the bench. Never,
No.
unless he's injured or he's.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So never leave your captain on the bench. So it proves there is something wrong within that football team, between the manager and the players.
yeah,
It does prove it, Lee. And I'm not being funny. It, this is what I'm saying. He's not captain. That the captain of that team, he should have either have given the captaincy to Gabriel, yeah, or Declan Rice. That's the
absolutely.
only two players in that team now that could be captain.
Yeah,
I can't
I
say
agree.
Kieran Tierney because he don't play him. Thomas
Mhm.
Partey, he's 50-50. Listen, we don't know if he's staying in this window. Apparently, there's reports that he could be going to Barcelona on a free in this window.
In the summer, yeah. So we want to cash him in, yeah,
So,
yeah. We'll
do you
talk
know what I
about
mean?
that. We'll talk about that a bit later on in transfer rumours. But did you notice the disconnect with Gabriel and Saliba in that game? The amount of times Gabriel stepped up to play the offside, and
Yeah.
Saliba was they didn't step up together. He was
No.
dropping. They weren't in
Yeah.
tandem.
Who
I
stepped up more? Who stepped up
Gabriel
more?
stepped up more.
Gabriel. Gabriel
Yeah,
steps up more. So
yeah.
this is what I'm saying. Everybody says, "Oh, Saliba's the better defender." Personally, in my opinion, I think Gabriel's the better defender out of the two.
Mm, yeah.
Seriously, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
just
starting
goals.
to. I'm sorry. I think he's got one. He didn't play very well at all, Saliba, in that game.
No.
I think his head's been turned with these
Oh, what
rumours
with
of
this
Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid rumor?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, it could be, could
Let's
be.
let's just go quickly to the chat. See who's in the chat at the moment. By the way, guys watching, the link. If you want to come on and have your say, the link is a pinned comment at the top of the comment section. So might get a couple of years on if you want for just to ask a question for a few minutes if you want. If you do want to do that, you go straight into backstage and I'll bring you on. I'll bring you on live. In the chat, AFC always. Nothing in attack, caught out defensively. Arteta built a team that relies on Saka, Odegaard, worst captain, zero chances created, went hiding, goes missing so often, didn't he?
Yeah,
Odegaard. I mean, I feel like a bit of an hypocrite because when he first come back from injury, I was singing his praises. Now I'm thinking,
yeah,
what? Because he did come back, he played well against Chelsea, didn't he? I think did we draw? I think we drew that game.
Yeah.
Then he played well in the next couple of games as well, but then it's just sort of drops off again. He's just so inconsistent. So
Yeah, he
inconsistent.
is. He is. He is. I reckon if we can get a better player there, I'd rather Odegaard just be a bench warmer now. If we can get a
Yeah.
better
Well,
player there in that
we should have
position,
we should have signed Madison when we had the chance instead of getting Odegaard because we could have. He was at Leicester, wasn't he? And the Spurs got him.
mm,
Look, he's doing all right at Spurs. He's
yeah,
got more goals than Odegaard. I don't think Odegaard scored. Is he this season? He might have one goal.
you might
I
have
think
one
he's only
goal.
scored once, isn't he?
Yeah. I said, do you know what,
Um,
Lee? I said the best way that we had Odegaard. Do you remember that season when he scored 15? You had
15 goals. Yeah, yeah,
Saka. That was his best ever season for Arsenal. The rest of them has been dire.
yeah,
And he's proves that he's in that. He comes back more in midfield. He's not a back player. Do you know when you've got the 4-3-3? I'm not a
yeah.
fan of the 4-3-3. I think Mikel Arteta should be playing the 4-2-3-1 formation.
Absolutely.
Now Odegaard in behind the striker. That was
Yeah,
where he was mostly dangerous. Was behind that
yeah. In that
striker.
number 10 spot. In that number
Yeah,
10. And they were
yeah.
trying to play him as a right-sided number 8, and it's not working. It's not
No.
right. It's not going too well. We'll talk about Arteta as well in a little while. Big up, guys, and chat. Hope you're all good. Very well, thank you, McManus.
Big up my
Uh,
banners.
Acers, simply full setup, no management tactics. He's completely utterly garbage. Yeah, I mean Eddie Howe scored him. Bristol Rovers tractor supporter.
Hey. That's what I
Uh,
love about Acers. He's a top Tottenham fan. He is.
yeah,
He goes to
I
every
thought he was
single
a Tottenham
game.
fan. I
Yeah,
thought
he's
he
a proper.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a proper spud. Yeah.
Yeah, Arteta complaining about the football. Oh, how ridiculous was that? We'll talk about that in a sec. Um, we scored 5 against Bolton, 3 against Preston. 3 against Preston, 3 against Palace. And is this clan of a manager? What is this clan of a manager talking about? Yeah, there's what's wrong.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about with the football. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. Talking about the football. What was it? It's a different football to what they use in the Premier League.
Oh,
There's rigorous standards, even for just something as simple as a football. There's standards. There's like you've got British standards for consumers. British standard limit things.
yeah.
There's in the Premier League, the EPL, the League Cup, all these governed the FA. They've got these standards, and they've got to be compatible, or I can't think of the word. They've got to live up to the standards, basically, or you
That's
can't
right.
use
Yeah.
it. All right, that's from Dave in the chat, the old school gunner. Smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you, sir. Go and check his channel out as well. Another Arsenal fan YouTuber. Hi, McManus. Dave, I think they're just saying hello to each other. Big up to the panel and everybody in the chat. We are so boring to watch. Oh, we're shit, mate. Listen, when we're going forward, I noticed there was a ball played into Odegaard. And there's 2 players in front of him, and there's a gap in between them. He's in the middle. He can run forward and go through the middle and have a shot on goal. What does he do? He stops running, puts his foot on the ball, turns around and passes it backwards. Why don't he just run? Why don't he run through the middle in the same momentum that he was already going, and just play the ball into space? Martinelli was over on the left hand side. He could have played it in front in space. Martinelli could have run onto it, either crossed it in or had a shot. You know, it's not rocket science. I mean, everything's being played into your feet. Everything's being played into their feet. Play into the space
Mentally, they're
and
not
run
right.
onto it. Give
They're
the
not right
defenders
mentality.
eh?
Mentally, they're not right.
No,
When what I'm trying to say is to sum it up in a nutshell. When you got a player like years ago, when you had Dennis Bergkamp, the likes of Paul Gascoigne, they had a footballing brain. So they knew what they were going to do. They knew as soon as they got that ball, they knew their next step, and their next step, what they were going to do after that. We haven't
Yeah,
got that in today's football. We just haven't, right?
yeah,
So it's like what I said. If they can actually think of what I mean, you look at the standard of what we've got. Arsenal, Martinelli, poor. He's gone down. His
yeah.
performance has gone down, way down. I personally think, all right, Trossard does a reasonable amount of work, but I thought his efforts they're deteriorating, they're going
Yeah,
down.
absolutely. They're all regressing. They're
All of
all
them,
going backwards. Every one of
all of
them.
them.
Every one of them. No one's improved this season. No one's improved. They're all getting worse. And I've heard that Trossard's is not going to sign a new contract and all. So why they've offered him a new contract, I'm not so sure. I don't know if it's a rumor, but I've heard that he's not going to sign a new deal. So hopefully he'll be sold in this window. We can get rid of
Mm.
him and get someone better. Rice is
Because we
overrated because he's English. We overpaid for him. Yeah, well, you could say that. We did pay a lot of money for him, but I like Rice. This is something that AFC said to me on last night's stream that I did. Isaac is on 120k a week and costs 63 million. Havertz on 280 a week, but costs 65 million. So he's more expensive and he's like more than double his wages. Havertz and Isaac is a like 100 times better player.
exactly,
Make that
exactly,
make sense. Make that
exactly.
make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense at all. And I'd tell you something else which I think makes quite a bit of sense. Why do you reckon Edu? Why do you reckon he left the club? Because I reckon he predicted he can see what's going on with Arsenal Football Club further down the line,
Yeah,
and he didn't like it. That's why he left and went to Forest. I'm telling you that now. It wasn't
he's
just
at
because of
Forest
the
now.
job and the money. It was because he's seen what was coming up in the near future at Arsenal Football Club. That's what I
Yeah,
reckon. And they
yeah,
haven't got
absolutely.
anybody in to replace him.
We haven't
Somebody
replaced him yet. Thomas
no,
Rositzky, haven't
exactly.
he?
Oh, well, what does he fucking know? Thomas Rositzky. He hasn't been on, but but
Oh,
he's not an experienced board member. An ex-Arsenal player, yeah. But what's he done
he's a
since he's
sport.
been out of football? He hasn't really done anything.
No, he's a sporting director at a, is it a Croatian club or a Czech Republic club? What is his nationality?
He's Czech Republic.
Well, he's a sporting director. He's been a sporting director at
Oh,
there.
Czech Republic team. There you go. So
Yeah,
that's no point. There's no point having
yeah.
entertaining somebody like
So,
that.
well, they're all saying, "Oh, he's an Arsenal. Arsenal's in his blood." You can imagine all the what
Yeah,
do they
it
call
most
it?
probably is. But if I mean, but it's the Croatian league. Let's be
Yeah,
honest. What players? I mean, they sign players for something like 1.5 million at the most, maybe 2 million. And that's what it is. But when you come to a bigger team like Arsenal, bigger prospects, a bigger league, footballers we need to scout properly so they can
hmm
actually play within our team and in our system and gel
yeah,
quick as possible. I don't think he's the guy for it. I reckon you got to be scout. I reckon you got to be going to the teams like fucking Juventus, Real Madrid, AC Milan. Scout some of the Italians, the Spanish teams, maybe a couple of German teams. That sort of thing. That's what we need to do. All right, maybe some English teams as well, if they're up for the task and if they're good. You know,
yeah,
but I mean, there's no point going for a player that's so far down. Like, I mean, you look at the Czech league. I mean, what's that rated? I mean,
yeah,
we're the fastest league in the world, or if not one of the fastest. I mean,
yeah.
Czech league ain't no good. We don't need us. We don't want a scout or a board member from there to come into Arsenal Football Club.
No,
That's poor.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Look at Brighton. Look at the players that they've bought over the years.
yeah. And look at their
Bought some
scouting
brilliant,
policy.
brilliant players
Brilliant.
over the years. I mean, someone
Yeah,
whoever their sporting director was, maybe look at someone like that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
That'd be great. That would be great. Lads, you're being way too nice. We are shit when Saka doesn't play. It shows you how heavily reliant we are on Saka. And when we go to the transfer rumours, I did do another video this morning, about a player from Brentford, Brian
Maybe so.
Bramo. Apparently, I think he'd be a fantastic signing for us. I think he's a similar player to Saka, plays off the right hand side, comes in on his left foot. He's doing bits at Brentford. He's playing very well at Brentford. I think he'll slot into our team easily at the moment, especially because Saka's out for the season now. I believe he's out for the season. And it'd be competition for Saka for next year as well. It'd be
Yeah.
You know, they can compete with each other to win the spot. He won't be so overused and overworked because they're very similar players. I'm not saying he's as good as Saka, but he's 25. He's a little bit older, but he's you know, he'd be a better standing there for than Sterling is. That's for sure. That's for
Yeah.
absolute. That's an absolute. Much better player than Sterling, and you know, I think I don't know why we shouldn't try and sign him. I can't see any reason, any negative reason why we shouldn't sign him. Because we need someone on that right. Because in Wanyery, we don't know the true nature of his injury. He's out for a few weeks. That's all we've heard. Arteta doesn't tell anybody anything, so no, not even the fans don't know what the situation is with him. So we don't know whether it's a bad injury. All we know is he's out for a few weeks. That's all we've
He
been told.
knows. The manager gets informed. The manager gets
He
informed.
knows. He knows. He's just not
He
telling no
knows.
one.
He knows.
And that's another frustrating thing.
Because he's an
Why not be
idiot.
honest?
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Absolutely. Why not be honest with the
And
fans?
if he can't be honest with football fans, especially Arsenal fans that got they're paying season tickets out of their
Yeah.
hard working money and going to watch that dross, against Newcastle, let's say for a figure of speech that game, right? Why can't he be honest with the fans? So obviously we've got a manager in charge of our football club that talks shit and is not honest. This is
Yeah.
why I keep saying I never wanted the guy in the first place. Never ever wanted this guy in the first place because he's too young and he hasn't got a clue. And he still hasn't got a clue.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's simple. His length, and I will say it, his wavelength is an assistant manager. He's a number two Arteta.
Or a coach. Or just a coach on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One
Not
of the
a
coaches.
manager. Not a manager.
Definitely, he's not a manager. 100%, 101,000,000%. He is not a head coach or a manager. Absolutely. Absolutely. 800 million spent, and we should not be relying on one player like Saka. Another great point, AFC always. Look at the difference. The fall off since Saka's not been playing is it's night and day. It is night and day.
Yeah.
You know, you got he's a generational talent, right? And I don't think he's going to come back and be the same player. I don't think Michael Owen had the same injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
Someone was telling me, I can't remember who it was. Someone said it in the chat and reminded me of it. That's a Ballon d'Or winner as well. Don't forget Michael Owen. And he got that injury. He got that hamstring injury, the grade 3 or whatever they called it. The hamstring, right? It's your hamstrings hanging off the bone, basically.
Yeah.
And he was never the same player again.
He never returned the same player. No.
I fear for Saka.
No.
I think he's been ultimately, he's been overplayed. He's been overused. And
yeah, definitely.
The shit kicked out of him for 3 years. For 3 years, he's had the shit kicked out of him. But he's played
this is what happens. This is what happens. I will say it. This is what happens when you got a retard for a manager. I don't like the guy.
He's ruined his career. He's ruined his career.
Yeah.
Odegaard is captain in the Titanic. Yeah, the sinking ship, Dave. You're right there, mate. Lee, you need a new cap with TAA. I know I've got my old cap on. I couldn't find another cap to wear. My hair's a mess. I couldn't be bothered, putting a bit of jollop on it, sorting it out. But
jollop?
Bit of gel, yeah,
Oh, gel. Oh, jollop. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, I was thinking I thought he was going to do something like out of that film, something like Mary. Like,
Sleeper's head's turned. Yeah, that's what we just said, AFC. Yeah, his head's turned.
Yeah, he's turning. He's turning. And that's what it is. Do you know what? If he spends 50 million in this transfer window, Mikel Arteta, do you know that's a grand total of 900 million? He spent 850 million this season.
There's conflicting reports because I'm seeing 700 million. I'm seeing 750.
No. It's 850 because once you've actually when you buy your player, right? You buy your player, and this all comes with bonuses and wages and stuff like that. It turns out it's 850 million. If he spends another player, if he spends about 40 million, 50 million, with the time that with bonuses and all stuff like this and that, that's 900 million in total. You know that?
Yeah.
And it's crap. And what have we won? 900 million.
No, we ain't won nothing with Arteta's own team. We've won fuck all. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At one
Yeah.
point, Rice was playing as a false nine. Yeah, I see it. See it. It was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. McManus, he's got to go. We set Wenger for this type of play. Play up to the 18-yard box and pass back. Get Arteta out. Never wanted him. Still don't want him. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we've got to stop looking through these rose-tinted spectacles. Rose-tinted glasses. They say you're looking at things with rose-tinted glasses. It's an old saying. And I was. I admit that, but I could see through him now. I could see through this geezer. I could see through him. Just 1 second. Let me just.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can hear her. I just didn't want it to come out. My daughter was in the bathroom. I can hear her talking to her friend on the phone. I didn't know if you could hear it here, so I just wanted to shut the door.
No, I couldn't hear anything. No.
AFC always. Havertz, what? Another dud. Another dud. I know we was all singing, what is it, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores a game last season, but this year, mate, how did he miss that chance? Right, 3 yards out. How did he miss it? He's gone to head it, but it's his chest, his shoulder or whatever, and gone wide. I can't fucking, you can't write it. He was playing out on the wing at a certain point of that game as well. He was playing in Saka's position. Havertz.
And has he got
What is
pace?
this?
No.
He hasn't got a clue, this manager. Sterling's on the bench.
No.
Sterling's on the bench the whole game. Trossard had a nightmare. He was shit. He feigned injury at the end of that first half. Made out he hurt his foot. He was limping for the last minute or two, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to come out for the second half, but he did. Nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong with him. We need a winger so badly, Bargav. Yeah, you're right, mate. You know that. We still need a left back.
We need two wingers. We need to get rid of
Why do
Martinelli
we
or
always come out of
Trussard
these transfer
and
windows?
get a player for there, and then that's it. We need a player. We need two wided players. Like what you said, a decent backup for Saka. I reckon it's time for Martinelli to go because I feel that we can get more money for Martinelli than Trussard.
Yeah.
But listen, I think if we get rid of Trussard, I don't know why you can't demote Jesus to that winger's job.
Yeah, put him on the right wing. Put him on. I think he'd be more suited to being a winger because he can run about. He can run up and down the wing. Do you know what I mean? Why not? Why are you trying to force him to be something he's not? Like trying to force Havertz to be a striker. He's not a striker. He's not a good player. Full stop. He's not a midfielder either. What is he? Serious.
He started off, and on the Man City, he played wide on the left. Jesus.
Yeah, he can play both wings.
Yeah, he can play both wings, but most of them, because they had Morris then, didn't they, on the right? So they were occupied on the right. But with Jesus, he was on the left. Which personally, Jesus should be on the left. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd rather sell Martinelli. I'd rather sell Martinelli, get what you can for him. I'm not being funny, even if it's something like 45 million, 50 at a push, maybe, I don't know. And then what comes in? Get a Nico Williams.
But that's going to break the bank with the wages. 300 grand a week, I've heard. I mean, that's not justifiable. You can't give him 300 grand a week.
No.
Can't do it. So that's it's only going to cost 48 million buyout clause for Nico Williams.
Get Harvey Barnes then. Get Harvey Barnes from Newcastle.
Would they sell him to us? I don't know.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah, I think they probably would. If they can get a decent rate for Harvey Barnes, I mean, he's going to be cheaper in the long run. His wages are going to be down. And you think of it, is Anthony Gordon is really keeping him out the team. So over the two, even though they're two good players, Get Harvey Barnes in. I'd rather have Harvey Barnes in than Martinelli. Somebody that can actually run with the ball, look up, and make a cross for starters.
Yeah, don't look down.
Martinelli always runs with his head down.
He's always looking down. Yeah, absolutely. Our club is getting boring to watch it. I agree, Bargav. I agree, man. Crab FC sideways. Yeah, Arsenal crab.
It is.
That's how I walk home from the pub. AFC like a crab. I walk home sideways. Like, oh.
No, but I thought you said something else then, didn't you? Jesus, I thought you said you had them. I was like, fucking hell.
I walk home like a crab. Sideways, yeah. Last two games, absolutely Brighton and the Newcastle game, very tough to watch, man.
Yeah.
Arteta has ruined our attacking players. Absolutely. I don't know what he's doing to them. I don't know what he's telling them. They're not playing like attackers. They're not playing. They're not running into space. They just put the ball to their feet, and then what are you meant to do? You've got to split the defence. You've got to try and get them pulled apart so you can lay a ball off for someone to run onto to score. When they look at the 2 banks of 5 that Newcastle set up, they said, "Come on, come on." After they go 2-0 up, they've got 2 banks of 5, and they say, "Come on in, come on. We know you ain't gonna run into space. We know that you ain't gonna try and play balls into space. So we'll just deal with everything. Just go. You ain't gonna fucking score. No chance, mate. No chance. It's disgusting. This football. Get him out of the club, mate. He's got to go. I mean, I said this morning. I said one of the first things we've got to address is the managerial position. Then let the new manager buy the players. Get them done. Get it done quick. Get it done quick. By the way, Sean Dyche has been sacked at Everton this evening. They sacked him before the FA Cup game, which is a bit strange. It's a bit strange, that one.
He was coming. I think
maybe
Potter should take over
go back to Everton. Maybe he can go back to Everton and manage them. I think they get David Moyes in there, you know.
Moisey. They might go for Moisey. But then again, think of it. It's like what I put in the comments as well. Why not Gary O'Neill?
Yeah, Gary O'Neill. Yeah. That's
sort of Everton. That I reckon he might do something there, but it depends. I mean, whoever steps into Everton, they've got a bigger job to do there than at West Ham, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, because they should be moving into their new stadium soon, Everton.
Yeah.
And what they want to do is start progressing wins, get a new manager in, signing in a couple of players, because that team at Everton at the minute is poor. It's not really going anywhere, and it is so defensive. It's unbelievable. Well, that's Sean Dyche tactics, isn't it? He's a defensive manager. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is there. But I mean, whatever happens at Everton, they get the right manager in, and just wish them all the best. That's all we can do.
Yeah. Individual brilliance. What won Arteta the FA Cup, and that was Aubameyang, and he got rid of him. He don't like a maverick player. He don't like someone that's got a bit of bunny, bit of bottle. We don't like a maverick. Don't like someone who's got something about him. He likes to be.
He's a knob.
I'll say that's it. That's.
Let me ask you a question. If you was a footballer, right? You're a striker and you're playing for Arsenal Football Club, right? Yeah. All right. I guarantee in real life you're shit, but But let's just say you were scoring 30 goals. You're a striker, you're scoring 30 goals a season every season for Arsenal. Now, I'm not being funny. With a player like that, you do come a little bit big-headed. You do. But you do it for the better for you and also for the better for the team. Right?
It's character.
Exactly.
It's called a
character about you. That is what I like. That is what I like. So if Mikel Arteta wants to jeopardise a player's character by selling him and getting him out the club and then bringing in a pile of shit to replace him, which he has done, let's be honest, right? What does that put you? What do you think of that manager?
He's a wanker.
Clueless. Yeah. Clueless. Hasn't got a clue. Why are you a manager?
Mm.
Seriously.
He kicks him out of the club for free. He went to Barcelona on a free.
There you go. And then Chelsea. He went to Chelsea after, didn't he?
Yeah. But he didn't do nothing at Chelsea. I remember doing that cocky little promo saying, "Sorry, Arsenal, I'm back. I'm blue. I'm ready." Yeah. Remember the promo? And when he played us, he done. I think he was hooked. Hooked just after half time. How's the Daddy Rebel Alliance doing? Saskia Guna, Moss. I'm all right, man. It's called the Arsenal Alliance now, the channel. I've changed the name. I've still got the Football Dad's Army app, though. But yeah, we'll just change the name, man. Make it more niche Arsenal. Like you, Saskia Guna. Look, we've got Old School Gunner in the chat. We've got AFC Always. Got to make it more Arsenal so people know this is an Arsenal channel. Football Dad's Army. I love the name. But I think I needed to make it more of an Arsenal themed channel for the name of it. He's running Slavia Prague. Koscielny. Ruzicki. Koscielny. Where did I get Koscielny from? Ruzicki. Arteta left because Arteta signed a new 3-year contract and wants full control of the club.
They did it to him. If I get what I get what AFC is saying there, Arteta left because what's that? Arteta signing. Well, he hasn't left. There was rumours that he was going to leave, but now we've offered him that 3-year contract. It sounds like he wants to have full control of the club. Which, in all fairness, a manager doesn't have. Everybody's replaceable. It's like a normal job. Everybody's replaceable. If the players is not bigger than the club, and also it goes round from the reserve players, the players to the assistant managers to every other coach, even including the manager. You are not bigger than that club. The only reason I say that is because he's a manager that hasn't really. Well, he hasn't won fuck all, in my opinion. You can't classify Community Shield as a fucking trophy. But then again, when you've got a Bellin in charge like what we have, I'm sorry, Lee, about this, but that Mikel Arteta just riles me. I would just love if he was here now. I would grab all of him and I would say, sort this fucking shit out, and I would. Seriously, I know what I'm like, but I can't stand the guy. He's no good. Get him out the club, and if the Cronkies do that to let Mikel Arteta have full control of Arsenal Football Club, then they're a bunch of dickheads as well. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Because the Cronkies, everybody sticks to Cronkies to a certain extent. I get it, but the Cronkies has backed him. Let's not forget this. The Cronkies has backed him with 850 million pounds.
Absolutely, they backed the wrong manager. They backed the wrong horse in the national. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this manager, he's got to do something this season. If he don't do anything this season, like what my friend Claude from AFTV used to say, God rest your soul, it's time to go, and that's it.
That's it. Absolutely. I mean, Edu, not Arteta. Yeah, I think we go with that. Adios to the Saskia Guna. He's left. Big up Saskia from Dave. Class player Ruzicki, but he isn't in touch with reality.
No, he's not. I agree with that. I agree with Dave. Why do you want somebody in like that? If they're scouting lower players, because let's get it right, it is just a Czech league. That's my only problem. Maybe if he does come in and he scouts top quality players, I'll hold my hand up and say, fucking hell, he's doing the business. I was wrong. But I can only go on what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing now.
Why have we got to go on a whim though? Why have we got to take a chance on someone like that? Get someone that's proven. Someone that's proven. Then we ain't got to take the thing that we've got to take a chance on is take a chance on a Gyökeres, for example. Take a chance. That's the sort of chance you want to take because he's doing something that the whole world can see. He's actually doing something. But you don't know what Ruzicki's doing in Slavia Prague or wherever it is.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's doing. You can see what Gyökeres is doing for Sporting Lisbon. 18, 19 goals already this season. Do you know what I mean? He is smashing it. Last season, he smashed it. So we know that he's capable. You know? So, all right, it costs you 80 million. Take the chance on that. Sell Kai Havertz. Get like 50 million of it back. You probably get 50 million from somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sell Trossard. You probably get the other 30 million.
Yeah.
Martinelli. Then you can go and get an Embuano. Do you know what I mean? So why not? Why not do that, man? Get Sterling back to Chelsea as well.
Oh, piss him back. Piss him off. I know he's slightly injured, but I didn't know. I'm not convinced with Sterling.
I think this absolutely not.
I think he was trying to do something. He was trying to do something there. Yeah, he was trying to
That
do
was just
something
to
there
appease the
for a
fans,
backup
wasn't
for
it?
Saka with Sterling, and that ain't working. That's not work. I mean, look at the games that he's played. I mean, has he really? Is it one full game he's played for us, and the rest of it was he come off the bench before he got injured?
I don't even know if he played the
Sterling,
full
I
game. Did he
think it
play a full
was.
game?
I think he may have played one full game, right? And I that could have been. I think that might have been in the Carabao Cup or something like that when we played against the likes of bloody. I don't know whether it was Bolton or
Plymouth?
Preston.
Oh,
Yeah,
Preston, sorry, Preston, yeah.
Preston. Yeah, I think he may have played a full game against Preston. I don't know, but
That's
it's
his
like what I
level.
said. Yeah,
That's his level, it looks like, doesn't it?
yeah.
How schooled Arteta, for sure, but look at Newcastle team. No Raheem Sterling's at Newcastle. No, even, what's his name? Murphy. Even, is it Jacob Murphy, his name?
Yeah,
The right sided, they've got the three up front. They've got Gordon, Isaac, and Murphy. I can't think of his first name. But anyway, even he played well. Joel
mm,
Linton. Joel Linton had a great game, mate. Joe Willock, he played well.
mm.
Ex-Arsenal player. They've got some good players. I love their little left back, Lewis Hall. He's fucking brilliant, mate. He's brilliant. Why don't we go and sign? I'd rather sign him. I'd rather sign him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
Well,
what we've got in a minute. I mean, Miles Lewis Skelly done a fantastic job, but he's a midfielder. You know, he was the only shining light in that game for me.
yeah,
He really was.
yeah.
Sterling just modded in the tracksuit, giving him 100 grand a week for that. At least we're not giving him the full 300. Chelsea are paying 200 grand for that. That was me who said about Michael Owen. Yeah, was it? Yeah, I think I do remember now. AFC. Yeah, when you said it, I did sort of something just click in the back of my mind that I remembered about that. But yeah, it was you. Yeah, uh, in American dollars, it's $1 billion. So they spent $1 billion then. $1 billion. 850 million is $1 billion. Wow. We sold Ramsdale, ESR, Nketiah, got 84 million. That there is Gyökeres buyout clause. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. What's more disgusting is Arteta blaming the fans for leaving. What do you expect him to stick around and watch that dross? The stadium,
I
they
get
want
what
to say
people are
that
saying, but
anyway.
no,
I mean,
no.
not a lot of fans turned up because they probably knew what was going to happen.
Fans shouldn't be walking out. I personally think fans should be staying there. But then again, Mikel Arteta, the way how he is, because he's such a pussy, right? He decided as soon as he got up, shook Howe's hand, and then literally, whoom, he was gone straight down that tunnel.
Mm.
Instead of walking around on the tip and clapping and taking, yeah, the little bit of criticism that Arsenal fans can give him, yeah,
Yeah,
but he didn't want that because he can't take it because the man's a wimp. He
yeah,
hasn't got the brain capacity up here. And I tell you what, I get sick all the time when I see this. It reminds me of other people in everyday life, and you just want to not hit them,
yeah,
but you just want to play with them with so many words. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I fancy doing to Mikel Arteta. I cannot stand the guy. Well, not
yeah,
personally. I suppose he's a nice guy, but in his job, we can have a go at him with the job that he's doing because we can see it now. Look at the Premier League table now. Forest, Nottingham Forest,
yeah.
they're top four. I reckon they'll finish fourth. I think they'll get Champions League football. I really
They
do.
joined second with us, didn't they?
There you
We're
go.
got a better goal
And you,
difference.
and you look at them. He's been in that manager has been in the job for what? Almost 2 years. They finished 15th. Last season, they finished 15th, Nottingham
He's got a
Forest, in the
motoring, isn't
league.
he?
And look at
Like
that.
every
Look
other,
what he's doing with them now.
he's doing brilliant. He's doing
Exactly.
brilliant. Yeah. And look at their team. How many of them players at the start of the season will get into the Arsenal team? Answer that. Maybe Gibbs.
Half of them. I
What's
reckon
his
good
name?
half of them. Six, 7 of them,
No, I
maybe.
mean I'm not. I'm now they would. I'm talking about the start of the season.
Oh, start of the season. Oh, well, you wouldn't have thought it. And
Morgan
you think of it,
may have got in the midfield.
exactly. And they're the only team this season that's beat Liverpool in the league, not in
Yeah,
cup competitions, in the league.
yeah,
And I tell you what, I think they got Liverpool coming up again very soon. Nottingham
yeah. They
Forest.
have. They have. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why were top gooners leaving, back your manager. Trust the process, trust the phase. Yeah. Why were they leaving? Yeah. West Ham are interested in signing Trashford on loan, but Trashford's wages at United is 300 grand a week. I believe his brother's gone to Italy. There's 2 clubs in Italy that want him. One's Como. And I can't think who the other one is now. Is it one of the Milan teams? I can't remember who the other team is. But
AC
one's
Milan.
a team called Como.
AC
And
Milan wants him.
they're right at the bottom, and they've said that you'll be the star man.
Yeah.
We'll build the team around you. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's AC Milan it wants him, but then again, their other striker, that Zerski, he's wanted by Juventus.
Juventus may be selling Vlahovic as well.
Mm.
And it looks like Arsenal, they're saying that Arsenal, because we was interested in him before, I don't think we'll go for him. I hope not anyway. He's not doing too well. Arteta can't manage injuries, squads, lineups, or manage to use players in the correct positions. We're a big club with no elite manager, no elite directors, no elite players.
He says they're manage injuries. Personally, I don't think he's a manager, and I will say it, that can't even manage a piss in a bucket.
He said this to me last night, didn't you, AFC? 3 hot dogs will cost you £50 at the Emirates Stadium. 3 hot dogs.
Fucking 3 hot dogs. Stop that.
Arteta needs to leave. Rory vibes movements. Welcome to the show, Rory. Ain't seen you before. Nice to have a new viewer. 95 million gets us Williams and Ottoman. We need to act fast. Yeah. Nico Williams, Victor Osimhen. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to get them two. I'd love that in this month. Wouldn't it be good? That'd be some business getting them two.
Oh, you look at that. If you've done that,
get going with them two. But I think the manager would probably ruin them as well. He doesn't play anybody.
If we did that, Lee, we could sell. It's like what I said. If we sold Martinelli, if we got round about, let's say 45, 50 million for Martinelli, I'm just guessing there sort of thing, and we can get something like 15 to 18 million for Trossard, because I feel that we can get that for Trossard, at least. Well, he's cost us 25, so I think around about 12, 15 million for Trossard. You think of that, you add that up, that's 65 million there. All we got to do then is put down an extra 30 million to get to. And that's 30 million spent in the window.
And the PSR, sorry, the PSR rules, we were all right with that. We've got money to spend. They're saying we can suffer a loss of 163 million. We can suffer a loss. So that means we can spend that money with the revenue we've already made. We can report a loss of 163 million. So that's the sort of money that we've got to spend this month if we want to. If we want to,
but I can't see it.
No, I can't. We've got to sort something out on that, right? I don't think they're going to go for a you know what would surprise me? If they do go and get a left winger and not a right one, then we'll have 3 over on the left side and nothing on the right. It wouldn't surprise me the way it's going. I've heard about a defender, a centre half from Barcelona, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's from Barcelona. I see a report. I can't remember his name, but a young centre back from Barcelona that Arsenal were looking at. Why are you looking at centre backs?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at centre backs? I can't. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. How can we need another rebuild after spending 800 million? Make it make sense. I can't make it make any sense whatsoever, mate. I'm telling you. Right. So, where should we go now? Should we talk about transfer rumours? So, transfer rumours. We've heard about the Nico Williams. We've heard about Mbamo. I've just said about the Barcelona one, the centre half. What other? Kuna from Wolves. Who else have we been linked with? We're always linked with. We're linked with loads of players every window, but they all seem to be just like bunny.
And
just false shit. But there was there was another player. I can't think. Oh, Kingsley. What's his name? Kingsley Coman.
Mm.
Is it Kingsley Coman? There was
Oh,
another player
Koeman,
we've been linked with. Links
Koeman,
FC.
yeah, Koeman. I think that was another one player we was linked with. There's one that's an Egyptian striker we've been lit is oh what's his it Marmouche. He plays for
Marmoush.
Frank.
He's going to City apparently.
Yeah, but we've been linked with him, and he plays for Frankfurt, doesn't he, in Germany? So the Egyptian
Yeah,
international, we've been linked with him.
yeah,
But you know, there's in a region. They reckon that could be in the region of 60, 65 mil. I read.
yeah. I'll see that. I'll see that today on Sky Sports, and they were saying
Yeah,
that he's looking like he's going to be going to City, but City don't want to pay that much for him. I don't know how City can spend money. The trouble they're in. I don't know how that could work. There's the jury's still out deliberating, isn't they, for the
yeah,
115.
yeah.
But
They are. Yeah,
Havertz has ruined us as the manager is trying to justify it. Absolutely, yeah. He don't want to be proved wrong. Why don't I respect him more if he puts his hands up and say, I've got that one
yeah.
wrong. And like he ain't got to say sorry. Excuse me.
But there's
I
a
don't
big
expect him
question
to say
mark.
sorry.
There's a big question mark because you got like, obviously talking with transfers. Theo Hernandez to Arsenal.
Who?
He's a left back. Theo Hernandez. He's a left
Okay.
back. And it just said that it just wouldn't be a transfer window if Arsenal weren't to be linked with a left back right now, would it? Obviously, we've got so many left backs at the club that they're saying that they're not performing and we're weak in that position, but they're not letting on how much it's going to be. He plays for AC Milan, so I think he's. I'm not too sure whether he's. Is he? I know. Hernandez, I think is he French? I think they got a French left back, plays for the team, the national team, called Hernandez. There's one of them that plays for France, and there's another Hernandez that plays for Spain. So
Right.
that's what they're linking us to on that one so
I
far.
don't think I don't think we've got a proper left back anyway. Calafiore is a
Yeah,
centre half.
yeah,
Uh, Miles Lewis Skelly is a midfield player.
yeah,
All we've got is Tierney, really, your natural left back.
yeah.
Um, what's his name? Timber's a centre back stroke midfielder, and he can play on either the left or the right. He's like a utility player. What they call it? Not utility. What they call him? Well, they call a player that can play multiple positions, but I think
Oh,
he's natural position.
rotational player. He
No,
can
not
rotate into
rotational.
different. But what?
Versatile. Versatile. That's the word. Versatile player. But he was more. I think he was more of a centre back, wasn't he? At Ajax. He was
Yeah,
at
but
Ajax,
if you
wasn't he?
got Yeah, if you've got a player that can play in different position, he's called rotational. He can rotate into any position. That's what they
Yeah,
call. That's what they
or
call.
versatile.
Well, yeah, but I like rotational. I didn't like versatile.
uh, okay. How many more left backs we want? Yeah, well, we've got players that can play at left back, but a natural left back we haven't got. We have got Tierney, but he's going to be going back to Celtic, I believe. I wouldn't give him another penny to spend. Uh, the manager has a great left back, but won't play him. Yeah, exactly that. Tierney. I don't. There must have been something going on behind closed doors there, man. Because he's brilliant and he's Larry. And as we said, he could be a maverick player. What they call a maverick, someone with a bit of bollocks and a bit of steel, bit gobby. Can run with the ball, can do things, can get the team right. He got that team. I can't remember what game it was, man. A couple of years ago, and he got. We was losing the game, and he just took the game by the scruff of the neck, and he just fucking got the whole team going, and we turned it round and won it. Down to Kieran Tierney, down to him. We
Yeah,
bought Marino for 35 million. For an extra 5 million, we can sack our setup. What's that? Yes, that's that as well. What's it going to cost us to sack him? Just signed a new deal. Is it a 2-year extension or a 3-year? No,
it was a
no.
3 year, but he's got 2.5 years left.
Yeah, so he signed a 2-year extension, didn't he? Because it would have run out at the end of this season, his contract, wouldn't it? So they didn't even leave it. I would have left it till now before I would have offered him a deal,
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
And now I wouldn't have offered it to him because I don't think he's. I know we're second, but we're not playing very well,
The
and I
trouble
think
is,
we're in
though,
trouble.
he's on 12 million a year. Mikel Arteta's on 12 million pound a year in wages. So he's got 2 years left, so that's 24. And then when you got half a year, so you're talking a combined there, you're talking 28 million pound
To sack
to
him.
pay him off. I mean, you don't have to pay him all the 28 million
No, you
pound
could
in one
just
turn. You can
pay
still
him
pay it
wages like
over
they done with
you know what I mean?
yeah, like
Yeah,
they just pay your contract like they're paying you now while you're at the club.
yeah,
You can just
yeah,
pay him
yeah.
like they
Because
do,
West
like
Ham picked
Chelsea done. Chelsea done that
yeah,
with Graham Potter because they was talking about that this morning.
yeah. I mean, West Ham did it with Lopetegui. What 3.3 million they paid him
Yeah.
off.
Arteta hasn't bought one French player. Emery signed Saliba. He did. Arteta sent him out on loan for 3 years though,
Mm,
didn't he? He said to him, "I'll go
yeah,
and get experience."
yeah.
Oh my god, we haven't won the league title under the Cronkies. No, we haven't won a league title since 2004. Now 21 years. Uh, the squad has been built in the manager's image. A load of yes men. Yeah, exactly. No one wants to say anything. You're looking at them. I think Declan Rice could be. He could he could start to come out of his shell a little bit. He could start talking back a little bit. But as soon as he does, he'll be out of the club. They'll sit here sell him.
Yeah,
As soon as Declan Rice starts saying, you know what, I've had enough of this bullshit, and starts playing and being the player he was last season and that when he was at West Ham, because at West Ham he was loved and because he was a captain there, wasn't he? And
yeah.
he was loved by the fans and the players, and he's just so much fucking potential he's got, man. He's got the potential to be our next Vieira. He really has, but they just got to take the reins off him. They've got to let him play his own game. Stop trying to shut everyone down and silence them. I'm sure they want to speak. Look, these players, I mean, there's so much talent there. There is so much talent, and it's not being utilised correctly.
What
It's
do you
not.
reckon Declan Rice goes forward?
Why
What
do
do
I
you
think?
reckon goes
Because
forward? Even
nobody
though he
else is
said,
doing it. No, he's doing everybody else's job.
there you go, because he's frustrated with the
Yeah, he's
players
like
of
that.
the
He's
team,
saying, look,
and he's
and
going
he's
up,
happy with it.
and he
Yeah.
should be.
No,
What
we
is this?
should be
He should
sitting
play
in
that.
that six.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4-2-3-1. We've been crying out when we signed Declan Rice. We wanted the 4-2-1 formation, and we were crying out for him to play alongside Thomas Partey, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah,
there, you got your double pivots. So when
yeah.
one goes up, if they've got the ball, the other one stays back, and vice versa. So you're
Exactly,
not knackering
exactly.
yourself out for the 90 minutes.
Who used to do that for us? Vieira Petit, Vieira Gilberto Silva. They
There
was
you
doing the
go.
same, and we
There
was
you
winning
go.
titles, cups, and everything. Then
Yeah.
games are lost, won and lost in that midfield as well. I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you've got a fucking proper midfield, you're a powerful team. You're a
Mm.
powerful team with that midfield. Vieira and Gilberto Silva, mate, come on, them two in that centre, or with Petit as well. Got to give him his flowers because he was brilliant when
Yeah.
they was first together. Um, what a different manager this squad. Hang on. What a different manager this squad would be different with a different manager. Sorry, this squad would be absolutely, man. Double pivot is the way forward. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Double pivot is the way forward. Absolutely. We were saying that when we do we done our lineups. You know, our predicted lineups, Anthony. Like when we first done them, when we done our own thing. We
Yeah.
was doing them with a double pivot 4-2-3-1. We was doing them like that, but the last couple we've done, we was doing it just predicting what Arteta would do. Maybe we should do it this time for the United game. Maybe we should do that, the 4-2-3-1. If you want to stick around, we'll be doing that in quite shortly. We're going to
Yeah.
have a look at the United game. We're going to have a quick little chat about the United game the weekend. Is it Saturday or Sunday? I think it's Sunday, isn't it?
It's Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So the FA Cup game, Party and Rice. Yeah, exactly that. We're stick around and you can put what you would do in the chat as well. Don't
Yeah.
forget, guys in the chat. There's a pinned comment at the top. Is the link if you want to come on the stream. You can come on and have your say if you like. It's up to you. It's there. All you've got to do is click the link and you can come on. Go and get Inzaghi. Who was he saying to me last night? AFC always. Who was it? Alonso. You know. Party and Rice. Yeah. Party's 32. I think he's at the end of his contract in the summer, isn't he? I think his
Yeah,
contract
this is just
runs out in
last
the
year.
summer. So he can
Yeah,
talk.
last
He can
year.
talk to other clubs from this month.
Yeah.
Or the summer. So we've either got to sign him or sell him. We've either got
But
to give
he
him a
can go.
year extension or
He
sell
can
him.
go if he wants to. He can go in this window.
That's what I'm saying. He can
to.
go. He can't go in this window. We'll get money for him in this window. But by the summer, he'll go for free. That's why
Yeah.
we've got to decide what we're going to do with him. Whether we're going to keep him on, give him another year, a year extension with an option of a second. That's what I would do. Or sell him there to get a few quid. We'll get 15, 20 million for him, surely.
Exactly. But I mean, for now, I mean, there's so. I mean, you think of it, Lee. This is the January transfer window, the winter window. Yeah, nothing ever happens in this window. It's pathetic.
We
I
signed
reckon
Aubameyang in January when we signed him.
I know we did, and that's the best. That's the best that Arsenal ever did in history in January, right? And it's just bloody pointless. But we needed that. Wenger needed that, so that was what we did. But look, when to bring Aubameyang in, look who we had to sell. We had to sell Olivier Giroud. We had to sell Chamberlain to Liverpool.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Alexander Chamberlain to Liverpool, and we saw Iwobi to Everton.
Yeah.
Do you remember? So and it wasn't just because of what we paid for him; it was because of his wages plus bonus. It was so high, so we had to release these players to bring him in. And this is when I say about this is the 850 million that we've spent so far. If he spends 50 million in this window, that's 900 million quid.
Yeah. 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 And what's he got back? Is it net though? What's he got back? What's he sold? I mean, they look at it like that as well, Anthony, didn't they? They look at it as net, like the gross or net. Well, I can't remember what way around it goes. I'm no what do you call it, accountant, but they say gross and net. So he spent that money, but what money has he got back through sales? So then the difference is what?
Well, sure, it goes on to merchandising and stuff like that, then, doesn't it? Do you know
what I'm saying is, how much money has he earned by selling players?
You haven't earned nothing by selling players because you think of it.
He sold Emil Smith-Rowe. He sold Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, we sold Smith-Rowe.
He sold Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
Mari is sold. He has sold some players back off again.
Right, going back, but this season, those three are those ones this season.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as a whole. You're talking about 850 million spent in 5 years. You also got to take into. I'm not trying to stick up for him because I think it's disgusting the money he's spent and he ain't done nothing. But what I'm saying is the money that he's brought back in through sales as well. You've got to take that off for the net or the gross
to balance the books, and this is why FFP steps in. Look, so everybody's buying this and that and try and balance the books and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is when you work it all out. It is 800 because obviously you think of it. The main one that he's bought was obviously Declan Rice for 105 million, right? Then Jesus come in, he cost us 45. Zinchenko come in, he cost us what 35. Partey was what?
Havertz 65.
65. Partey was what was he? 40 or 45? Partey.
At 45, I think he was.
45. There you go. So once you start adding all that up. You know, I mean, Pablo, it works out is a fucking lot with bonuses and wages and all that all in turn as well.
We've got 84 million for Ramsdale, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Nketiah.
But do you know what pisses me off?
What?
Do you know what pisses me off? We've loaned out, we loaned out Reece Nelson to Fulham, right? But guess what? Reece Nelson he's on 110 grand a week at Arsenal. Do you know Fulham are not paying his wages? We're still
We
paying
are.
his
Yeah, we
wages.
are.
We
Yeah,
are. So you've got to put that into consideration as well. So what they were saying is what they should have done was say, right, well, if you're not paying his wages, you're not fucking having him.
yeah,
We should have put our foots down on that, even though he's not. But then again, that would have been a backup. I know Reece Nelson ain't the fucking greatest, but then again, you think of it, the way how he's been playing at Fulham. So in some games I've been seeing him play at Fulham, he hasn't fucking been playing that bad because have you noticed now they have the Reece Nelson out on the right and the ex-Arsenal player Iwobi on
won't
the
be. Yeah,
attacking left, and
yeah.
it works.
It is. It's doing all right, isn't it? It's doing
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Um, AFC always. I haven't. I don't want to highlight that comment, mate. No offence or anything. I hope you don't take it offensively, but I don't really want to put that on. Highlight that on the screen. People can read that in the comments. But I haven't seen anything. No, I haven't seen no evidence through that them allegations. I, I have heard the story, but I haven't seen nothing since the story broke. Uh,
Oh, I think this was. I think somebody put up on. Oh, it was on Tony's show, the show we did last night. And I got a funny feeling I know what you're on about is these I would call it the R allegations.
yes,
You know,
yes,
yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say on that
yeah.
subject. Yeah, it's been brought up and it is I mean obviously we know I'm not saying his name, but we know one of our players was
But
I
there's
think was that back
allegations. Yeah,
last
there's
season.
allegations.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
So
heard there's allegations. But this was like a year ago or
a
something.
year ago
I
or
heard it
so,
about a
yeah.
year ago. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It might be longer. I think the ball don't want to give him no more money to spend. Yeah, that's quite possible. Uh, Mismanagement. Who is making all these decisions? Well, who is making all these decisions? Who is it? Edu? Well, Edu's gone now. So who was making? You know, I don't know. I don't know. If you're talking
It's
about,
Arteta. It's got to be the manager and the Cronkies, isn't it? It's got to be between them. It's got to be really between because we had the comment earlier, didn't we, in the show, saying that Mikel Arteta wants full control of Arsenal Football Club. So he's the one. Whatever happens in this window now, we can't blame Edu. He's gone.
no,
So
yeah,
all
yeah,
eyes are on Mikel Arteta and the Cronkies. But because the Cronkies have backed him, the Cronkies might have come out and said, look, you want these players, you're going to have to sell some of these players you've got now to bring these players in because we've
yeah,
backed you 850 mil.
yeah,
I reckon that's what it is.
yeah, maybe. Question: do you think the reason why Sterling didn't come on against Newcastle is because Arteta will play him against Man United on Sunday? Sky Sports announced it today. Do you think they're going to play Sterling? Do you think he's thinking about playing Sterling against United? That's quite possible. FA
It
Cup.
is. It is quite.
Is he going to sling that cup away again? Is he the most prestigious cup in the world, the oldest cup competition in the world, the FA Cup? Is he just going to throw it away again? Because I
Yeah.
feel like strangling him when he does that as
Yeah.
well. I know how
Yeah,
you
I
feel.
think he will. I think he will. I think he will. It's like what I said. There was nothing in that Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. So obviously he doesn't want that. He doesn't want the FA Cup. He was. Lee, I'm not being funny. We haven't got the team there to win the fucking Champions League. That's a dead cert, right?
Yeah,
So what are we going to do? Is it like every season? Can we predict what Arsenal's like? Is it like history repeat itself? It goes round and round in circles, and we end up finishing second or third with nothing. I mean, I'm not being funny. If I've ever win, I said it last season. I wanted the league and FA Cup last season. We didn't get it. I wanted it this season, and this
yeah.
is what I want now. So
I want the FA
I
Cup in front of the Champions League.
yeah,
That's
I
what I
remember
do.
because we can't win the Champions League.
Yeah,
We can't
I
win it.
want it instead anyway because that's my priority is the Premier League, then the
Yeah,
FA Cup, then the Champions League, and then the League Cup. That's how
yeah,
I would prioritise. You know, if I was the manager, right?
yeah,
The Premier League is number one priority, and
yeah,
I'm sorry, but the Champions League comes in third for me because I know it's important and it's good to be known as the best club in Europe. But I'd rather win the FA Cup, the oldest cup in the world, We've won it more times than anybody else, and we want to keep that momentum going. And plus, we want to be the best team in England.
Exactly. Because we know we're not going to win the Champions League, but let's just say if we get to quarterfinals, they do it for the revenue. That's all it is. Just for the money. That's all it is. And what happens to all this money? Do you know what I mean? The money for the league, and for the cup competitions, and all through that as well. I mean, Arsenal, they're sitting on a gold mine. When you work it out, Arsenal just league games last season, they picked up staggeringly picks up 190 million, I believe. They're roundabouts. That wasn't including, right? That wasn't including the money that they got for like what they had for the FA Cup, even through the Champions League. That wasn't including that.
Yeah.
It was including TV rights as well. That was what it was including the games and the TV rights. What was it? Season tickets, merchandise. It was all that was in that money, in that 190 million, but it wasn't including the Champions League game. And we got what did we get to? Quarterfinals or semi-finals in Champions League last season?
Quarterfinals, weren't it?
Quarterfinals. That money wasn't in there. That money was put on top of that after.
Yeah.
Because they don't, the teams don't get paid out until after, obviously when the season finishes. But what it is, we're all behind. So what we got, where we finished last season, we got the money for that for this season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously, and vice versa. So we're always like a season behind sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Money. So, I mean, so there you go. So what we did last season, we got this season, and look at it. What have we spent? Our window was poor.
Yeah,
it was shit.
That's true. That might be why we've got money this month. It might have been the plan. See how we go to January. It might. We don't know because he don't tell us nothing. Arteta. He might have thought, we'll see how we get on by January, and then we go. We might be surprised. We might be surprised. He might go and get us a Yorkeres or a Nico Williams or an Mbamo, or someone out of the blue. Like, might go and get someone, just surprise and shock the world and go and buy a superstar. We don't know that for sure yet. We won't know until the 3rd of February, really.
Exactly.
But it's a waiting game. I hate all this anticipation and nervousness about, we need someone. Like this comment says here. If we don't get a result on Sunday and versus Spurs, he is finished and the fans will be fuming. We've got United at home on the Sunday. Then on Wednesday, we were at home to Spurs. And then we were at home to Villa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Villa fucked our season up for us last season at the Emirates. They could rinse and repeat. Last season, after Christmas, this period we're in there, we went on a fucking massive, fantastic run. Do you remember? Everett started scoring goals, and we went to the top of the league, and we ended up losing it by 2 points. But because of the Villa game, and it was another, I think it was it a West Ham or Fulham or someone? I think it was a Fulham game. I think we had a draw with Southampton. Some games that we should be winning, we fucking lost or drew. That ultimately cost us the title. And if we'd have beat Aston Villa last season at the Emirates Stadium, we would have won the league. It's I don't know, man. I'm hoping we're going to get shocked. I don't care if he signs us early in Ireland. I don't give a fuck if he signs us something like that. I still want him out of the club. I still want him out. Yeah. I've seen enough. I've heard enough. The way he speaks, it's just it's frustrating. I can see his face. I want to put his face on an old punch bag and start sucking, punching shit out of the punch bag. I'm telling you, it's frustrating, mate. That tipped me over the edge. I've been tipped over the edge a little while ago, to be fair. But the Brighton game and the game, the Newcastle game, mate, on Tuesday, Jesus Christ, man. I was so pleased it was an ITV1 because I nearly paid for it. Because on their TV, you can pay for Sky Sports for 24 hours. It costs about 14 or 15 quid for 24 hours. It's not cheap. So, I mean, I was going to buy it on there, and I was speaking and said, no, it's on ITV, it's on normal telly. So I could have bought it and it was already on ITV. Well,
Mm.
actually, I didn't look to see if it was on Sky Sports as well, because I was about to do it. And someone told me you ain't got to do that.
No.
But why ain't there no other games on ITV? Why ain't there no other? I mean, last night's game, Spurs Liverpool, was on Sky. It wasn't on ITV. It wasn't on terrestrial TV.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't get why was Arsenal on there. Glad they was, but well, I'm not mad.
No, I'm glad they was. I mean, the Liverpool and Tottenham game, that wasn't on ITV, was it? That was on Sky.
Yeah, that was on Sky. Yeah.
So I could just imagine, like, obviously, so if they've got that, what annoys me about ITV, they can put the semi-final, the first leg down. Maybe they can just show the second leg, but would they put the final on ITV, the Carabao Cup final on ITV1? Would they have the TV? Would they have the
Yeah,
rights?
you'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You'd like to
why
think
not?
so, yeah. Uh, Arsenal net profit in the summer transfer window was something like 20 million. Okay, it's net, not gross net. I always get confused what gross and net is.
Yeah, I think with the net, I think you look at it from the players that we sold. Yeah,
Yeah,
the players that got us in. That I mean, what was Calafiori was like? What was he? 30 mil?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think he may have been 30 mil. Somebody can most probably correct me in the chat or whatever. And then obviously with the other players that we've got in as well. Because don't forget, was it last season? Was it last season? Ray was on link.
Yeah, last season. Yeah, because he
We
didn't
bought, and
make
we
his
bought him
difference,
this
did he?
season. We bought
He
him
didn't.
this season, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
we paid. Was it? It was like a £3 million loan, and then
No,
27
£15 million
million.
loan, and we paid
What?
25, something like that.
Yeah, it was £3 million for the loan, and it was 27. So he cost us 30 million in total, Rhea. So it was 27
Okay.
for him this season, if you remember. The money that we paid for Calafiori, the money that we paid in for Marino, you know, and
Mm.
and I think that was it because obviously Sterling was a loan, so we had a
Right,
very
Rory
big.
had enough of this guy. Look, the new guy in the chat, Rory. Have you got a channel, Rory? I'll shout your channel out if you've got one. Had enough of this guy. 2022-23 season, that was some scintillating football, the best football we have seen since Brian Wenger years. And look at the dross being served up now. It's night and day. It's
Yeah,
absolutely night and day. Right, so we do our predicted.
yeah. Let's go with it. Yeah,
Let's get on
let's
with
do
this
our
then.
team. Let's do our team against Man United.
Oh shit! I ain't opened the tabs. Let me just. I don't know if it's going to affect this. Let me see if I can open the tabs. 1 minute.
You won't open new tabs.
I'm supposed to open the tabs before the show.
I thought you was going to
Shit,
have banners on this show as well, Lee. I thought you were going to have some banners coming up
I
here.
have got banners.
But you didn't put them up.
I did, but then I was putting the comments up. Can you see me or not? Can you see me? There we
Yeah,
go. Right. So listen, I'm not ignoring the comments. When I do share the screen, I won't be able to
it's
see
not
the
up.
comments. Eh?
It's not up. It's not up.
I know it's not up yet. I've just opened the tab. I've got to share the screen. I've got to
Oh,
go
right,
down
okay.
the thing. I don't think we'll beat Man United. I'm not so sure either. AFC always. I'm not so sure either. So look, there's the banner. Look, Arsenal v United. So listen,
Yeah,
I ain't going to be able
thought
to see the
it was
comment
gonna start.
section, so I won't be able to highlight anything. So all we're gonna do now is we're gonna look and do our predicted lineup, or should we do a lineup that we would do? What we would
But
pick for
let's do
the.
a lineup that we would do because that's better, isn't it? And we can get more people involved in the chat and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, what formation are you going to go with, then, Lee?
The 4-2-3-1, isn't it? It's got to be.
4-2-3. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah.
Right. Let me see. Right. My son, he's nearly 8-year-old son. He keeps ringing my phone, and he knows what I'm doing. Little shit. Right. So we're going to go formation change. 4-2-3-1. Here we go. Right. This is a bit. For some reason, this app gets a bit glitchy.
Temperamental.
Yes, it gets a bit glitchy. I might have to find a different one, but at the moment, this one's going to have to
That's
do.
right.
So obviously, everybody, we're going to go for David Raya in goal. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's. There's stuff happening at the bottom of the screen as well now. I don't know what that is. Right, I pressed it. David Raya in goal. God, so slow. It's glitchy. Right, can you see Raya in goal?
Yeah, I can see Red in goal. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go for right back.
That's
I
got to
think
be
this.
one.
I think this picks itself. These normally
Yeah,
pick itself. It's Timber, yeah.
yeah, Timber. Yeah.
We know Ben White unfortunately is injured, and it's a shame really because he could go over to the left Timber if Ben White was fit. But I don't think we're going to see him for this season either, are we?
No,
Is anybody saying anything in the chat?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't see the comments.
No. He's right. You can
Okay,
catch up. You can catch up. You can catch up with them. We could do this. You catch up with the comments. If it is, it's
okay,
only about 5. It's not a lot.
okay. So we're going to go. Obviously, this is another one that Saliba. Stop glitching. Sorry about this. It's just I don't know what's happening. I hate when this happens. It's done this last time, didn't it? It's been working all right.
Mm.
So we've got William Saliba, centre half. It's going to be Gabriel, the other side. Start thinking about the left back. So what do you think?
Kirantini.
Is he fit?
Yeah, he's fit. He just didn't play him, does he? Honestly, he's fit. He just didn't play him. I'd rather play Kirantini. I mean, you can't get worse than Man United's been playing this season, but it is an FA Cup and anything can happen. But I'll be honest with you. I'll give my score prediction after this.
Yeah. Okay. The fans come on the old Mac, so they might be getting a bit hot. I don't know. Can you hear the fan?
No, can't hear it now.
That's good. Right. So then we're going to go to the double pivot. So
Yeah.
are we going to have Partey and Rice?
Yeah, that speaks for him. I always say the goalkeeper, the back four, and the 2 DMs. That always speaks for itself, really.
Yeah. I mean, would Miles Lewis-Skelly fit into this team? Come on. Would he have a place in this midfield?
There's no.
Okay.
No, I don't mind. It's up to
I'll put
you.
in the
It's up
wrong
to you
side.
who you want to put in.
I put wife and party on the wrong side, didn't I? I might be able to swap it up. I don't know the way this is performing at the minute. I don't think I'll be able to swap them.
Yeah, because Rice is normally on the left and Party's
Yeah,
normally on the right. Isn't
yeah, yeah. So take that into account. Let's see if I can swap them. There you
he? Yeah.
go. Right, so I managed to swap them around. So who are we going to go for on the right hand side? Who would you go for?
On the right, do you know what? If it was me, I would most probably say
Jesus.
no. He would be in the team. I would most probably say Martinelli on the right and Jesus on the left. Or unless you want Martinelli on the left and yeah, just do what you just said. Put Jesus on the right.
I thought that's what you was going to say. I'm not
Yeah,
put.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. Just put
No, but
Jesus.
I was just wanting to ask you something. Um, I'm thinking about. I would be thinking about dropping Odegaard for this game. Yeah,
Yeah,
and playing Jesus up top in the 9,
right.
Sterling on the right,
Yeah,
Martinelli on the left,
yeah.
and
And
maybe
what
Havertz as the
behind
number 10
Jesus?
behind Jesus. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I get that. Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, what would you think of that?
Yeah,
So, you think that's a good idea? Because I don't know where his best position is ever. So I really don't. It's not the striker, but I think it could be in the like a second striker, a shadow striker role,
yeah,
like 10. Not
yeah,
so much 10 because he's not a midfielder either. But I mean, like the second striker, like the one that sits behind, like Sheringham used to sit behind Shearer for England, and that sort of thing.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. In that Burkamp's position.
Yeah, sort of Burkamp. Yeah, Burkamp. It's just slightly in
Yeah,
front of the 10, isn't it? And it's just
yeah,
behind the main striker. Like the 10's the attacking midfielder, isn't it? Well, it could be, a 10 that, there's all different interpretations of it. But I think maybe try him there. I know, obviously, this is going to be nowhere near what the manager does. But I think that's to try something a little bit different to what
yeah,
we've
definitely.
been
Yeah,
seeing. Havertz there. Yeah. I mean, on paper, it looks pretty good. On this, it looks, that could work.
that's pretty good. Yeah,
But what do you think? Arteta's not going to do nothing like this. He's sticking with his
no,
4-3.
yeah. What I'm going to do, Lee, I'm just going to literally pop off for 30 seconds and then come back. All right.
All right,
So
mate.
I've got the camera on, so I'm still here watching. I just got.
All right. I might be able to, once I've done this, I can go back to the tab and I'll be able to see the comments. So let's just let me just finish this off, and then I'll go back to the comments and I'll see if anybody wants me to change anything. AFC away. I don't know if they're still in the. I don't know if she's all still in the chat, Rory. But I'm just gonna just fill this in, and then I'll see what you say. I don't know why it's doing that. What is this here at the bottom? Right. So let's see if I can go back to that tab.
Well, I'm back now.
Right. Right. So, okay. So I can see the screen now. I can see the chat. After I've sorted it out, now it's like it's me and you on the left hand side and the thing in the middle.
Yeah.
So now I can see what the chat's saying. So let's go. Let's see where I was. AFC is saying, should Tierney play left back on Sunday? Yeah, we put him in there. AFC always is saying, my starting 11, Raya, Timber, Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, Party Rice. Oh, you picked Odegaard. I've dropped him because he was so poor the other night. I just don't want to see him in the team. Sterling, Martinelli, Jesus. So you basically got the same team, but are you doing a 4-3-3? Are you doing a 4-2-3? Rory's. Oh, let's see Rory's one there. Odegaard, is he in the 10 position, or you done a 4-3-3? Is he going to be in the right 8? AFC always that's 2. 4-2-3-1. Rory's saying goalkeeper Raya, Timber right back, centre back Saliba and Gabby. Left back you've got Miles Lewis Skelly, yeah. Miles, yeah, it's either going to be. I think it will probably be Skelly at left back. They might even put Cauliflower back in there. Arteta might do that, but I mean, this is what we're going to do. So we're picking Tierney because we love the player. It's going to be a shame that he's leaving. So you're going with Skelly at left back. Sorry, where am I? CDM's Rice, Thomas Partey, number 10, Odegaard. Yeah, you've gone for Odegaard as well. Right wing Sterling, left wing Martinelli, up front Gabby Jesus. Yeah.
I think I'm the most probably going with Odegaard.
Sorry?
I think personally, where you got Havertz, I would have put Odegaard there, but look, I get where you're coming from with this. You know, but I would have put Odegaard there, and maybe if you wanted Skelly featuring, you're gonna have to drop. Would you drop Thomas Partey and put Skelly there? Because Skelly's more, because if you're playing him at left back, Skelly, he's like a defender, so you could put him in alongside.
He is a midfielder. He is a midfielder.
Yeah. So it's up to you. I mean, I like it. I get where you're coming from with that. I would have played Odegaard and seen how that would have been in the first half. In the second half, obviously I would have changed it, but I doubt if Mikel Arteta would have. But I get where you're coming from with that. With Sterling on the right, Martinelli on the left, Jesus up front. I just feel that Odegaard would be a better option for us because Havertz can't really run with the ball, can he? Odegaard is a better runner with the ball than what Havertz is. You know,
I believe that if you're a proper number 10, you haven't got to run with the ball. You haven't got to. You know, like Matt Letizia, Dennis Bergkamp, they didn't run with the ball. Teddy Sheringham.
No, I know they didn't. No, because Matt Letizia was a good player. He was a lazy player anyway. Matt Letizia, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
He was a brilliant player. He can put the ball in the sixpence, couldn't he?
But yeah, he could put the ball in the back of the net. As soon as he got that ball, magic happened. But he was a lazy player, Matt Letizia. Yeah.
Arteta doesn't know how to use Havertz either. No, I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't. It's diabolical. I would like to see Sterling in the 10 if we have two CDMs. Really? Sterling in what, behind Jesus? Odegaard's a 10, not an 8. Yeah, I know that. But Arteta plays him in the 8. He plays a 3 in midfield, so he plays a left 8 and a right 8, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Ancelotti, what's that? Ancelotti in another final. What final's he in then? With Real Madrid. What cup final?
Mm. Odegaard, I'll be honest with you,
Yeah, he is.
Odegaard's better in a 10 than in an 8 role. Remember when he played the 10, and we said this earlier on the show, that was when he scored 15 goals.
Yeah, that's why he plays better in the 10. He does. He really does.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm saying that we can always change it back to Everett, to Odegaard. You're probably right, because in the 10, if he plays in the 10 and not in an 8,
yeah,
he'd probably thrive again. Oh, you're saying put Sterling behind Everett, he's saying. Rory's saying play Sterling in the 10 behind Everett. I mean, there's all sorts of things you could try in there.
There is, yeah. I think what Rory's trying to say is have Havertz sort of, and you can correct me in the comments, Rory, if I'm wrong. I think what he's trying to say is have Havertz up front, right?
Yeah.
But have that Chris, so he's more like the poacher, that sort of thing in the box, and then he's got someone with a bit of skill behind him that can supply him the ball. I think that's where Rory's coming from.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I won't
then?
play Sterling there. I'd rather play Sterling. I'd rather play Odegaard there, if that makes sense. But it's like what you said, Dean. There's so much you could do within that attacking option.
Yeah. I don't know if I can change this player. No. Can't change it. I don't know where. This thing that's at the here you go. Look, there's the X. Right, I can change it. That was there at the bottom there, and I couldn't see the remove button. Right. So let's put. So we'll put Odegaard in the 10. All right, we can do that. So we can put Odegaard in the 10. So then would you want to change anything up front then? Would you want to change Sterling, put Jesus over there, and then put Havertz up front?
In all fairness, that's my team. I'm happy with that, but I'm happy with what everybody else goes to as well. I mean, that personally would be my starting lineup against Man United. It's got to be.
Okay. Yes. So you're right. He's saying yes.
What I said about Kai Havertz, obviously with him being the poacher in the 18-yard box. That's what Laura's saying.
Okay, so Gabby right wing, Sterling number 10, Martinelli left wing, Havertz as a target man. So like a false 9 then. He can play like a false 9, Havertz, because that's what he's played. He's played as a false 9 before, hasn't he?
Mm.
But a target man, and then you have the wingers running off him, wouldn't you? If he's a target man, he can hold the ball up and lay him off, or he can shoot. We don't know where he shoots. He fucking shoots wide. He couldn't even fucking score from 3 yards the other night.
Yeah. Or it's quite similar to what Rora's saying. Or you could put Jesus in for Sterling. Because I'm not sure. Did Rory say? I don't think. Did Rory pick Odegaard? I think he did pick
Yeah,
Odegaard,
he
didn't
did
he?
pick Odegaard. Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah. So
That's
what you
not
can do there,
outvoted. uh, all right, three pacey players behind him who like to carry the ball. They all like the ball to feet though, Rory. I mean, you need players that can run into space and make defenders chase them to open up spaces.
yeah,
You know, that's what you need to do. Every Arsenal player, that's why they stop running and look around, put the stop, and then pass into their teammates. They pass into their feet. You've got to pass it. Look at Liverpool, dynamic, direct. They pass into space, and everyone's running forward onto the ball. They're in the transition. They're just not. As I said earlier, Odegaard was running forward. He stopped running, put his foot on the ball, looked round, and passed it back.
yeah.
It's not
He,
how we should be playing
I get
football.
what you're saying. He's basically he stopped an attacking play which we could have had a chance to score.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you're saying.
If
Yeah,
we'd have carried on running and passed into the space
yeah,
over on the left hand side, Martinelli was cutting in. He could have run
yeah,
onto the ball and had a dig instead of
yeah,
stopping, looking round, and then passing backwards or like back sort of side backwards.
yeah.
It made no sense to me. So listen, in the chat, are we happy with this? Hang on, let me just go to here and then I can stop sharing the screen. Breaking news just in. Our RSPCA are investigating Arteta over the dog because he's put in the collar around the dog's tail instead of around the dog's neck. Oh, gosh. Even if Arteta had purple star in jiu-jitsu, he would still fail with these tactics. I changed my mind. Rory's changed his mind. Oh,
Party
we
rice will
changed his
feed
mind from
them.
that thing. Yeah, yeah. Party and rice will feed them.
Mm.
Hello, Damon. How you doing? And Isaac's movement is world class. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So we're going to settle on that team. Raya in goal, Timber right back, Saliba and Gabriel centre arse, Godfrey Tierney at left back, and then Rice and Party double pivot. Right
Yeah,
wing Sterling, Odegaard behind Jesus, and over on the left hand side we've got Martinelli.
yeah. Do you know Isaac is not too sure if you're interested in this, Lee, but his stats is 18 games so far. This is just Premier League, mine. Just in the Premier League,
Yeah.
18 games and it's 13 goals in 18 games. He's got to score 7 more goals to get 20 league goals.
Wow.
That's his stats, which I personally think he would score those 7 goals by what, middle of Feb, maybe end of Feb, and then you still got that'd be like roughly 28 games left of the season. Then 28 games gone, so you got another 10 games left. So he can go on and score good 25 goals, maybe
Yeah.
even 30. 30 goals a season.
Yeah. You never know. You
Yeah.
never know. Right. So then we're going to go score predictions. AFC always is saying 2-1 United. Anyone want to put your score predictions in the chat? Do so now. I'm going to have a little think about it. We are at home. I know we're shit.
I personally think if you're going to ask me my prediction, I think this game has only got 1 goal in it, and I'm going to go 1-0. And I obviously I got to go with my own team. I got to go with Arsenal.
I'm thinking exactly the same thing. I'm thinking 1-0 Arsenal. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost it 2-1, like AFC always is put there.
Yeah,
But I think I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal.
yeah,
McManus, AFC always has gone 2-1 United. McManus has gone with us. I think it's going to be 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Damon's saying 3-1 United. You think we're going to get smashed to pieces at the Emirates, dear? We will. We basically did by Newcastle the other night, didn't we?
yeah.
We got outfought, we got outplayed, we got tactically done by Newcastle. Absolutely. Okay, so what's the next thing? Is there anything else we're going to do? Are we going
The
to
fantasy football league.
eh?
The fantasy
Oh,
football league.
yes, yes. We're going to have a quick look at the at our fantasy Premier League. We've got a league. We haven't done a stream for 3 weeks, is it? Since before Christmas.
That's
So we
right.
haven't had an update on the fantasy Premier League
Bloody hell.
um, since then. So, oh no, I don't even think we done one that night, did we? We was having a little tipple, weren't we?
We was, yeah. You drank a whole bottle of Jack Daniels. You was drunk.
Yeah, I was pissed. We was on there 4 hours. It was
4 hours,
only a
yeah.
half bottle. It was only a half bottle.
It's half a bottle. Fucking
Yeah,
hell, I was praising you up saying it was a whole bottle, but now you said half a bottle, that makes more sense.
yeah, it was a half bottle, man. I wasn't going to drink and I was drinking it straight. I had a little shot glass. I was
Yeah.
doing that with it.
No, I should have known it was half a bottle. I think McManus put in the chat Lee only drank half a bottle. I think he called you a lightweight. That was it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Damon's saying 3-1 to Arsenal. Sorry, I thought you were saying 3-1 to United. You made a good point here, though, and Arnold don't know what he's doing. He's a shit keeper. He ain't that good, you know.
No, he's not.
Is he stand there and like at penalties and he go,
Yeah.
that's him, that's yeah, it was him. I didn't I was looking at I caught the game somehow, the highlights of it somehow. And I
Yeah.
thought, is that Onana? And something happened and I didn't even follow it through. I didn't watch it at all. But I mean, I seen the goalkeeper doing it. It was highlights of him on something, and you know, like there was like a reel of highlights, and it was the keeper doing that. And I thought
Yeah.
that looked like Onana. It was him that does it. Question: Thierry Henry, Kevin De Bruyne have the most assists in the league season with 20. Do you think Salah will break that record because he's already on 13 assists?
I think he could, you know.
Yeah.
I really think he could, Salah. It's a shame, really, because he's keeping it very quiet about his contract because his contract is up this season, isn't it? With
Yeah.
Liverpool. And obviously there's talks of him going to Saudi or
Yeah.
somewhere else. But you know, it is but then again you've got to think of it. He's 32, he's going into 33, Mo Salah soon. So
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I mean? It might be best for Liverpool to cash in on him now or whatever if he does decide to go and obviously bring someone else. But what I would have done if I was Liverpool, I would have booked someone else in this season so they could have sort of gradually have learned from Salah,
Yeah,
if you know what I
yeah,
mean.
like an understudy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Damon thinks he's going to fall off in February. Mo Salah. Anthony, you look big in that t-shirt. Are you sure your wife didn't shrink it to make you look big? Oh, yeah,
Nah.
it does look a bit tight, doesn't it? It does look a bit tight.
Okay. Look, I got plenty of room. Look, I got plenty of room in this. I got plenty of room. Oh, you want to bake round the arms?
Yeah.
Oh well, that's just standard. That's just
Oh, you're
bulk.
going to do the
That
tape one
is.
there, do all that, ain't you?
That's just bulk. Yeah, I'll do an OSG. There you go.
He thinks Ireland is an idiot. Who thinks Ireland is an idiot? Lee and Anthony, it's been a great show, fellas. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Man City making a new signing soon. Omar Mamouche. Yeah, we've heard that. We have heard that. I don't know how they got the money. I don't know how they can spend money. They're still banging trouble. Nothing's happened then. Oh, Onana. Oh, was that the highlight when it was oh, it was Haaland taking the penalty. Yeah, that's right. It was.
Mm,
And Onana was going like that. So him shooting to that side of the net, basically. Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
I see the like the brief thing of it, and I wasn't quite sure. I see it now. I know it was Ireland that took the penalty because he was laughing. He was proper laughing. Yeah, I remember it now. Anthony Muscles. So we're going to have a quick look at the Fantasy Premier League. I've got to open the tab again. Just give me a sec. Let's see how we're doing in this Fantasy Premier League. There it is.
I'm dreading this. I think it's all over the shop. This fantasy. I still think that Henry's top.
Right, so I've opened the thing. Now I've got to share the tab, you know.
Yeah.
Share the tab. Share the screen. Right, we're just going to run through quickly before we say goodnight. We're going to run through quickly the league table. And I've looked at it a little bit earlier, actually, and you know the guy at the top is smashing it, mate. Absolutely smashing it. Right, so this is our league. So we've got the first attempt, top of the league. He's been top for a little while now. He got 94 points last week. 94 points. Smashing it, mate. Absolutely smashing it. We've got Arnie's Slots Chargers down into second. Oh, so he must have been top for a little bit then. If he's gone down.
No. He was. Oh, hang on. Was he?
Yeah, he's gone down into second.
Yeah.
Only getting 64 points. Pepsi Sonics up into third, 60 points. Restored down into fourth, only getting 43 points this week. Yorosaka Shield stays in fifth. Shamble, Scott Kirk, the man from tomorrow, up into sixth place with a brilliant 78 points this week. A very own is that no, that's not him, is it? No, that's Living
McManus.
Eh?
That's McManus.
That is McManus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's McManus. He's gone down to seventh.
I thought for a second it was him, but yeah, it is him. He's down into seventh, 62 points this week. There's me there. Look, I'm still called Football Dad's Army. The 51 points this week are staying eighth.
Yeah.
Lawrence's Hammers up into ninth with 88 points. Earn Your Spurs up in the 10th with 80 points. There's been some good scores this week. Waffle TV down into 11th, 54 points. Although he got 70 points, Pure Blood FC slips into 12th. Anthony Herbert, 13th. You stay where you are with 70 points, Anthony.
Yeah.
El Diablo FC up into 14th, 63 points. Crimea River down into 15th place, 54 points. Staying at 16th in, I don't know what that is. I can't never read that one. Something We Trust. Staying in 16th, 54 points. Gabby Cobber, 17th, stays in 17th, 56. Moss Sports World stays in 18th, 91 points. He's had a good week this week.
Yeah.
El Tel Cockerel stays in 19th with 75 points. Another good score. Craig FC stays in 20th, 60 points. Richard Herbert up into 21st. Good week for Richard this week, 84 points. Living Saliba Loka down into 22nd with 57 points. Joe Bristol Fighters, I think that's your son.
Yeah.
Down into 23rd, unfortunately, with only 37 points this week. Zoe Mumford stays in 24th with 46 points. Early Doors Football TV stays in 25th. Only got 53 points this week. Mason Mance Mineral stays in 26th, 64 points this week. Better Camp will discount because that was a Mickey Mouse one.
That's a Moo one, I don't know, yeah.
In your name, sorry.
And I will tell you the truth, that's my stepson. He used my Facebook account for that.
Okay.
I found that out about a month ago. So that's what he joined in. I think he joined late. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks late. He missed the first lot of months of points. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So Anthony Herbert, that's your stepson.
Stepson, Harry, yeah.
Okay, well, he obviously, I don't think he's been playing it.
No.
Fuzzy Gump, Fuzzy from
Just
your
about the
old
other, yeah.
he's bottom of the league. Does he know how? Is he even playing it?
He knows that. I reminded him last night on the show that he's bottom. And I said this is going to be a relegation fight because you're a typical Man United fan and you're in a relegation fight.
Let's read the last few comments before we say goodnight. I've seen Arsenal win 5 league titles, 9 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 1 Cup Winners' Cup, just like Lee and Anthony have seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think AFC always is going back to the
I found out how old he is last night as well. I'm a year older. I
oh yeah.
I won't reveal your age, but I'm a year older. I was born a year later, a year earlier.
Like
Sorry.
AFC always I got 2 ages. Yeah, AFC always got to be he's either got to be 48 or 47.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
I'm
older
not
than
saying
me
you
in
which.
AFC always.
He might kill
Huh?
me. I'm going to tell you which he might kill me. Real Madrid squad 160 million euros less. Real Madrid squad 160 million euros is less than ours, and look at their team and squad to ours. It's a disgrace. Yeah, he's 40. He's put it in the chat now. So you revealed your age, 47. Now you revealed my age by saying that because I just said I was a year older.
48. Makes no difference. I'm 45.
Oh, it's Rosie. Rosie, how you doing, Rosie?
Big up Rosie.
Make sure you're smashing the like button and subbing. Thank you very, very, very much. We just come in a little bit too late, Rosie, because we're just about to end the stream. We've been going a couple of hours now, and we've done the show. So hopefully you'll be in the chat for next week's show next Thursday. I'm going to be doing a lot more content now because I need to build this channel up. I want to get it motoring. I want to get it going. So I'm going to be doing a lot more content on this channel. So yeah. So hopefully next week you'll be here. I'll be reacting to anything we sign. In the meantime, and I don't really want to. I ain't going to do too many links and rumor videos because they always, they always tend to be false news and just hopeful, wishful thinking. So if there's anything revealed, I will do a reaction to it. I will do
Yeah.
reaction videos to the United game, and I might even do a watch along next Wednesday for the Spurs game. So I'll see. I might do a watch along for that. I did do a watch along last night for the Liverpool game. So I might do another one next Wednesday. A watch along. Hopefully, it'll be a bit more exciting than last night's game. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say good night. God bless. And let me just read these last 2 quick messages out. Did you say you're 47? I'm European shoe size. Aye. I will be here next week, buddy. Hopefully, 7:30, Rosie, if you remember. You should get a notification if you subscribe. And yeah, so with that, I'm going to say good night. God bless, and I'll see you next week. Oh, let's quickly read this. I started supporting Arsenal when I was 10 years old. That will give away the year I was born. Yeah, 1977. 1977. I was born in 76. Anthony, God bless.
Me, I
Thanks
was
for
born in 79.
Was you?
Yeah, I was born in
Yeah.
79. Yeah.
Press the wrong button again.